Hello amigos, ¿cómo está? My name is Dan and welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be talking all things Chivas because there's a whole bunch of stuff that's happened in the off-season so far that we need to talk about. And the first thing obviously I want to talk about is Angel Sepulveda. He's officially signed for the club now, which is cool. When this was announced, when this was a rumour, when it was being talked about, I was really against it. I mean, you can go on my tweets and have a look if you want. Mainly because I'm thinking 34 years old, really? I mean, we're finally kind of moving Cheech on, stepping away from that era, and we're finally looks like we're gonna get move Pulido on as well. Both mid-30 players didn't really do anything last season. You're thinking, really, but then it felt like more of the same. To be honest with you, on why we were replacing them with this guy when, we could be giving Tel Wilker more chances, for example. We could buy a younger striker, for example. So, but I have been turned around. I mean, there's a thing on Twitter, I think, in football in general, in the fan base anyway, where people don't like to change their minds. I like to change my mind if I'm been proved wrong. If my original thought was wrong, I do change my mind. I like to pride myself on adapting and changing as and when. And my opinion on this has been improved, should I say? Obviously, I don't follow Brizuela too much. I don't follow their football players. I don't follow how many goals they score, etc., etc. But he did really well. I mean, I have looked at his stats. A lot of people, posting his stats, and he did really well last year. So he kind of looks kind of like a really good backup for Hormiga. Hormiga is going to be our out-and-out striker. Finally, we know who our starting striker is. Everyone knows it. Milito knows it. But we need a rotation striker. Hormiga may not play every single game. Might not be able to play every single game. And Angel Sepulveda is a decent backup. He's league proven. Obviously, he's been at Chivas before as well. So it's kind of like a little bit of a homecoming. And then, I think he's going to be a good backup. He's going to be a good number two. He's going to be a good guy to come in as and when Hormiga can't play and score some goals because he's a good goal scorer. So, and with our players now, even though we struggled to kind of really create goals last year outside of Hormiga, etc., I think we do have a lot of players that are good enough to kind of contribute to him. So, just quickly out of the way, he's signed now, it's all official. I just couldn't do a video because I was working day shifts last week. And that's all done now. I'm quite okay with it now. I was against it at the beginning, I hold my hands up, but Hormiga's staying. He's renewed his new contract, like I said last video, so he's staying now for at least until the next summer. So, that's pretty decent. If Hormiga does make a move to Europe next summer, then obviously the striker position is one that's going to have to look at because, we can't have Angel being the starting striker. That's not what I'm okay with. So, anyway, the biggest thing I think that's happened this week with regards to Chivas is obviously Brizuela. Isaac Kone Brizuela is officially leaving the club after 11 years. Mate, I could do a whole video on just him alone. He's one of the players that I hold really close to my heart when it comes to Chivas. I mean, even before I went to Guadalajara, he's been a Chivas player the whole time I've been a Chivas fan. Obviously, he was there a couple of years before I became a fan. But my whole Chivas experience so far, he's been a part of it, and not having him there is a bit weird for me in particular. But things happen. He's old now. He's older. I mean, he's still younger than me, for God's sake. But in terms of football, he's kind of aging now. He needs first team minutes. He was basically in the under 21s, or under 23s, sorry, last year. Played really well, didn't complain. Was very happy to help them out, and I think they did benefit from his experience. I mean, come on, man. You got Kone in your team, and you're under 23 years old. You're going to be learning loads off him, so that was cool. But he's too good to be an under 23 player. I mean, he needs to be. I think he's still good enough to be a first team player for any kind of lower level Liga Makers team. So hopefully he gets a really good move. Maybe back to America, maybe, but or going to America, should I say? But I think he's still got a couple of years left of professional football, and I hope he does really well. My own personal story, I tweeted it out, I put it on Instagram as well. Obviously, I went to Guadalajara in 2023. It was the best day of my life. It was on my birthday. Managed to go to the Aquan to watch a game against Pachuca. I think it was a 0-0 draw, if I'm not mistaken. which that sucks. I didn't get to see us score a goal, but that's it is what it is. But I managed to, I had the massive opportunity to go on the pitch before the game, to kind of stand really close to the players when they were warming up, which was hands down the best experience of my entire life. Every time I see the icon, I think, well, I stood there. I've been there. Blah blah blah. Yeah, it was just amazing. It was on my birthday as well. It was just like the perfect day. It was the best day of my life so far. And at one point, I'm videoing it because I'm videoing my friend. Um, because the flag was a little bit too big. I probably could have done it myself, but it was a little bit too big. So my friend Robert, shout out to Robert if you're watching. Yeah, he was doing the flag waving, so I was like videoing him doing that and just videoing the crowd. Suddenly one of the balls hits my foot, and I look down at the ball, and I turn around, and it was Brizuela, and kind of like he was looking at me, and I kind of passed the ball back to him, and he gave me a thumbs up. I managed to get it just on the tail end of my video because I was recording a video at the time. Yeah, he gave me a thumbs up and turned around and went back to warming up, and I just remember screaming at Robert. Brazilian just gave me a thumbs up. It was the most surreal and awesome, crazy experience. It was one of the highlights of that day. Actually, I'm like, oh my god, it was really amazing, and yeah, it was just nice to have a tiny little bit of an interaction with an actual Chivas player in person. Something that at that time I'd been dreaming about for like 8 years. So. Yeah, it was crazy, and like I said, he's been part of my Chivas experience, my own personal experience, my whole time being a Chivas fan. So this next season is going to be the first season where I've been a fan, a diehard Chivista, and he's not a part of the club, so it's going to be weird. But I think it's the best move all around for him as well as the club, and especially for him. He needs to be a first team player. He's still good enough to be a first team player. He just needs to get the right club and hopefully get a lot of minutes with them. So all the best to Isaac Brizuela. I mean, you'll always be a Chivas legend in my eyes. Multiple trophies with the club. Yeah, he's a legend. He's an absolute club legend. So, credit to him. Moving on now, guys. Obviously, Alan Mozo, Alan Pulido. They both look like they're on the way out. Pulido in particular, apparently the rumour is that no one was willing to buy him or no one's willing to get him on loan because of his wages. I think that's more kind of trashy talk from the media. I think somebody will end up coming in for Pulido. He's a good striker. Did have the best season last year, but again, apart from Hormiga, none of our strikers had a good season last year. So I think he will go eventually. Alan Mozo is another one that hurts me deeply. I love Alan Mozo. He's one of my favourite players to ever play for Chivas. I love his attitude. You can see someone on the video and just think, he's got the kind of charisma that everyone likes him. I feel like everyone does like him and everyone gets on with him. I can't imagine anyone ever having a problem with Alan Mozo. Absolute star player, but we've got a lot of right backs now. A couple of them are really young, and have a higher ceiling than where he is at currently now. I would keep him just for his experience, but again, he didn't play that much last season. It looks like he's probably not going to play much next season as well. He again needs first team minutes. He's good enough to be he's good enough to be a right back for any team in the league, in my opinion. There's rumours of Tigres, Pumas. I think I wouldn't mind him going back to Pumas, to be honest with you, but. Yeah, it's another sad one, guys. I really don't want him to go. I've got one of his signed shirts, and same with Brizuela as well. Yeah, it's just I can understand the reasoning of it, and that's why I'm not really going crazy over it. But at the same time, it's man, really. But I think it might be the best move for all concerned. We've got a couple of young right backs right now, Richard Ledesma and Gomez, and they need to be developed more. And I feel like he needs first team football, and I think it makes sense for all concerned again. And again, apparently there's going to be up to 10 players leaving this winter, which is crazy. I'm thinking, okay, cool, but we do need to bring some players in. And Brian Gutierrez is awesome. Sepulveda is a good signing as well. But that's it at the moment. In my opinion, we need another midfielder anyway, but it looks like Guti is on his way out. Apparently there's a bit of hoo-ha between him and Milito. I don't know if that's true or not, but Guti... I think he's one of our best midfielders, but he hasn't been great. I mean, he's had real flashes where he's been our best midfielder. He's been a great player for us, but it's not been consistent, and he's been injury prone as well. It just hasn't quite clicked fully with him and us so far. If I would keep Guti. But if we do let him go, we have to replace him with someone brilliant. Ika Brez is a player that I personally would like, and one of my mates is on Twitter as well. Mario, he would like too. But if we can't replace him, don't let him go. I think we should just keep him, unless we sign him someone brilliant to replace him. And then obviously two loanees, Dragon, the goalkeeper, and Tel Walker. I mean, we've got Sepulveda there now. I think Walker's going to go out on loan. Hopefully these are just straight loans, and we don't have another Diego Ochoa situation, because I, for one, would like to have Diego Ochoa back, but that doesn't look likely. There's no talk about it whatsoever. It looks like he's going to be bought by Juarez and probably play the next summer and the next season in Juarez, which is annoying. I'd love to have a Diego Ochoa back. So yeah, if we're loaning Dragon and Walker out, then we absolutely need to make sure that it's not a sell-on clause or a buy clause or whatever. It's just a straight loan, and they'll come back to Chivas after the loan. If that's the case, then I'm all for it. They both are first team quality for most teams, especially in the lower half of the league. Wilkin is developing in particular. He didn't get barely any minutes last season. I still feel like he's a great player. A lot of people doubted Hormiga at the beginning, and they doubt him. I've got so much confidence in both of them. I think Taylor Walker's going to be a good player. He just needs game time. Consistent time to play and improve. And he didn't get that at Chivas last season. So hopefully they both get loaned out and come back in the summer. Like I said, if Hormiga gets a really good move to Europe next season, 15 million USD is nothing to any decent, serious European club, and he could well get snapped up next summer. And if that's the case, it's only Angel Sepulveda left. So if Taylor Walker has a really good loan move and he's scored, say, 8 or 9 goals in a season, I'll bring him back and I'll have him play with Sepulveda next season, or the following season. But it has to be said, I think obviously we've got Sergio Aguero as well over there in Tapatio. I think he's on their little pre-season break at the moment. The whole club is gone to, I can't remember where it was, but some beach area that looks absolutely amazing. Aguiro's there, and hopefully he gets to impress Milito. They're playing a couple of games in very near future, I think. And hopefully he impresses. I would love to have Aguero as the third choice striker this season. I'd love to see him get a debut. That would be absolutely amazing. He's a great player. He scored a load of goals in Tapatio last season. Tapatio in general were trash last year. They got a new coach there. Got the old coach back, should I say, Melendez. So hopefully he can get the team back up to the top heights of that expansion league again. And Aguero is going to fly under him, I think. Why not have Aguero? If it's a home game, why not have Aguero on the bench just in case? And if he doesn't play, he can go and play with Tapatio. I mean, that's what Hormiga did a little while when he was kind of straddling both teams. So Aguero is one to keep an eye on. Obviously, if he doesn't play in the first team this year and he bangs the goals in Tapatio in next season, then hopefully, again, if Hormiga goes, I feel like Hormiga's going to go to Europe next summer, and I'm resigning myself to that. Check out my new Hormiga shirt, by the way. It came in 2 days ago, which is awesome. Shout out to my mate Daniel Sanchez on Instagram. I'll post his link down below. He deals with football shirts, and he hooked me up with that one, which is awesome. I feel like he's going to go in the summer, and great. I mean, Mateo Chavez is finally establishing himself over there in Europe now. I think Hormiga is going to do the same. So we're going to need a striker situation. We're going to have a striker situation, should I say, next summer, I think. And Aguero could be it, Taylor Walker could be it, and we could bring another striker in, and it's gonna be an interesting one. But that's pretty much it at the moment. There's no real players that we're seriously linked with. I mean, Fimbre, as I mentioned, we were looking at Aceves, but he's gone to Monterrey, if I'm not mistaken. So yeah, we need a centre back still. Tiba could still go. A couple of other players could still go, to be honest. Olivas is still at the club, which is crazy. I mean, he needs to leave. He was playing the under-23s as well. He absolutely needs to go. I mean, he's not good enough for us, for Chivas anymore. So Apparently there's going to be 10 players leaving. Obviously, Chicharito and Brizuela is left now. There's going to be a whole bunch of other players going. I think at the moment it's kind of slowed down, partly because Christmas is right there, right near us now, and also partly because they're on the preseason. I think Milito again wants to get one last look at some of these players. I believe Teon and Dragon are with them as well. So again, if they can improve, I think Lysiaga is going to be the backup goalkeeper to Talavera next season. Lysiaga, like I said, is too good for Tapatio now. He's one of the Tapatio's best players. Brilliant, outstanding goalkeeper. The third goalkeeper now that we've produced that has won youth trophies. So I think Lysiaga's going to get his chance to be in the first team, as a backup to Tala. But yeah, I'm super keen to get Lysiaga. I think he still hasn't debuted for the first team, so it'd be cool to see that. And I think Dragon, like I said, needs to go out on loan. I think he needs to go out to a Puebla or a Nakats or somewhere where he can play regularly. And come back even better. So again, Talavera could possibly go to Europe as well at some point if he has a really decent World Cup. If he has decent this season as well, and then a decent World Cup next year. Who knows? So then, I think Dragon's had a little bit of a tough time at Chivas in the first team of late, up till now. I think hopefully Laciago has a little bit of an easier job with it. We'll have to wait and see. But yeah, like I said, guys, it's probably going to be my last Chivas video until this time next week. I'm on nights next week, so and Christmas is obviously smack bang in the middle of the week. So I'll probably do a video next week if there's anything to talk about. If there's no moves, if preseason's happening, I probably won't do a video. But yeah, we'll have to wait and see. But anyway, guys, if I don't see you beforehand, have a really great Christmas. Hope you get everything you want and spend time with your family and have a really good time. That's what I'm going to try and do. Well, I'm working it, but I'm off from Boxing Day, so that'll be my Christmas. So, anyway, guys, thanks for watching. I really do appreciate you watching me this year. It's just outstanding and amazing. Blows my mind that people want to watch me and listen to me yap on about Chivas, which is awesome. But anyway, guys, thanks again for watching, and I'll see you guys very soon. Adios.